Good morning. My name is Barb Malera. I'm a member of the team at Harvesting History. Harvesting History is an American company located in upstate New York that specializes in heirloom variety seeds, roots and sets, flower bulbs, and other kinds of plant material. Today we are going to be talking about midsummer planting as it pertains to leeks. The leek, as you can see here in my basket, is a member of the onion family that has really never enjoyed widespread popularity here in the United States. But it is an old vegetable that was cultivated long before the Romans graced this earth with their presence. The leek that we're going to be talking about today is the Musselburg leek. That leek was introduced into the United States in 1870. There are a few rules of midsummer planting that every gardener needs to take into account. Probably the most important is that unlike in the spring, when each day is getting longer and longer, by midsummer each day is getting shorter and shorter. And so how this impacts gardening is that it will take at least 14 more days for a plant to reach maturity than it would if the seed had been planted in the spring. So the most important rule of midsummer gardening is that when you plant a seed, expect it to take 2 weeks longer to reach maturity. The leek is a wonderful vegetable. It is probably my favorite vegetable in the onion family, and if you've ever had potato leek soup, you will never garden again without some leeks in your garden. Actually, the leek is a very old cultivated vegetable. It was cultivated long before the Romans conquered most of the earth. This leek is the Musselburg leek, and it was introduced into the United States in 1870. Important for midsummer gardeners to know is that this leek takes, when the seed is planted in the spring, 130 days in order to reach maturity. That's 4 months and 10 days. So that means that leek seed planted midsummer is going to take 144 days to reach maturity. That's just short of 5 months. That means leeks planted in July will take July, August, September, October, and November in order to reach maturity. Now the good news is that leeks are relatively cold hardy, so they can withstand mild frosts, but they will not withstand hard frost. So what you do is sometime in July, you plant your leek seed as we've done along this bed here. What you need to know is that leeks, when they germinate, look like the dickens. I want you to take a look. See these things? That doesn't mean that the seed was bad. That's just the way leeks come out of the ground, and they look like the dickens. They look like you look when you just get up in the morning. Oh my God, it's another day. Well, this is what happens with the leeks. In 5 months, these straggly, haggard-looking little things are going to end up looking like these beautiful leeks. Of course, they'll have to be thinned quite a bit from where they are right now. But what you want to do is plant your leek seed now. Now, if you're in hardiness zones 4 or 5, in all likelihood, the leeks will not reach maturity by the time that the ground freezes hard. So don't worry about it. The leeks will die back, and then in the spring they'll come up. They'll look just as awful as they do now, but they will grow into these beautiful leeks by sometime midsummer of next year. This lovely, mild, oniony flavored vegetable is a wonderful addition to your garden. I always plant my leeks midsummer. I do not plant leeks early in the spring, and I usually have leeks for most of the year. I heartily encourage you at some point to try leeks. They are, as I've said, a lovely addition to your dinner menu. And again, if you've had leek and potato soup, you'll never not have a garden that doesn't grow leeks. What I would suggest is that you come to our website, www.harvesting-history, and order some Musselburg leeks. You'll be glad you did. Good luck with your midsummer gardening.